Hi guys, so I really hope you're going to join me in a challenge over the next 20 days, and we're going to be trying to aim for 2,000 sit-ups in 20 days. So that's 100 sit-ups a day, and I think it's very, very doable. I'm going to give you a few options right now that you can do, and if I do them as demonstration now, you can then do these in your own time. So you can either do this in little pockets throughout your day or in one big hit. But just think at the end of 20 days how strong your core is going to feel. You're going to be cinching in that waist, pulling that navel in towards your spine and feeling good, and your posture will feel better. And not only that, is our headspace will feel good. We're focusing towards doing something really positive for ourselves, which is really needed right now. So I'm going to give you a few demonstrations of some exercises. Choose which ones you want to do, and the idea is to maybe choose 5 and then do 20 of each, and you can either break that down into, you know, do 5, have a pause, do another 5, have a pause, do 5, have a pause, and so on, up to 20 of each exercise. You can do them in 10s, blocks of 10s, or if you feel strong enough, do them in a block of 20 each and just go from one exercise to the other. So even though we're calling it sit-ups, it is actually just core work, so that you can actually just make sure that you feel strong and that we're actually going to be achieving what we want to do, which is 2,000 in 20 days. You're going to feel great at the end of this. So let me just talk you through what we're going to do. So I'm just going to show you a few exercises. So take yourselves down onto your back, legs are hip width apart. Make sure that when we do any of these exercises, your legs don't move. They need to be as if you've got something between them, so they stop them from wobbling in and out. Keep them as still as you can. Your tummy is going to be pressing down into the floor, towards the floor. And what we're going to do, the first one as a demonstration, is a crunch. Now with a crunch, normally what happens, and I think a lot of people think that you should do something like this. Now when you do that, you dome your tummy, and I don't want you to strain yourself in any way, and it all depends on your fitness level. So what is very achievable is this. You can put your hands behind your head, keep your elbows out in your peripheral line of vision so they're not coming in, you're not trying to hoik your head forward. You're always going to pretend you've got like an apple or an orange underneath your chin, so there's stability there. And we're going to keep everything nice and fluid. So we're going to take from here, we're going to come up, just up a little bit and down. And you're pressing that core to the floor. So we're coming up and down. So you're breathing out, shh, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. As you can see, I'm not changing the position of my neck or my chin. And I'm just literally holding the side of my head with my fingers. And that is your first crunch, okay? Again, you can break it down into groups of 5, 10 or 20 in one go. See how you feel. The next exercise I'm going to suggest you do is you're going to keep yourself coming off the floor with your shoulders and your chin. It's going to be, again, holding that invisible apple. And you're going to keep yourself in this position. Then you're going to actually try and touch your ankle on either side, so you're really pushing forwards and then going to the other side, so rotating through your spine and then going on either side of your leg, trying to really reach forward and catch that ankle. Now then, when you're doing this, you're going to be really working and activating the sides of your core muscles, your obliques. But you're also going to be, you know, controlling through here. So always make sure you've got something like that. Now, if it feels difficult with your head pulled up, you can always put one hand behind your head, and you can go to one side to start with for 10, and then change over and go to the other side for 10. You choose how you want to do it, but make sure you do it so that you feel comfortable and that you can feel your progression, because as you go through the few days, you'll find that exercises will become easier as you go through them. You've got that brain to core connection, and you'll actually start having some muscle memory as to what to do. Alright, the next exercise I'm going to show you is a tabletop down, tap downs. So you're going to take yourselves down, hold on to press your hands and arms into the floor. You're going to take your legs from this position and you're going to tap your toe down and come back up. Now, if you can't take your foot all the way to the floor, take it to where it feels comfortable and then bring it back up. But as you can see, the position of my leg is exactly the same position all the way through. I'm not just dropping my foot to the floor. So we're taking our leg down, coming back up, core to floor, and then bring it back up. Alright, that's a really nice one to do. Really engages through your core. Always keep thinking core to floor. Really good. Alright, if that one feels like it might be a little bit too much for you, or you want something that's quite similar, this is another one. It's the reverse of what I've just done. You're going to actually just bring your knee up and take it back down. So what I want you to do is when your leg comes up, the leg that's standing, press that heel into the floor to really engage through that core and into that glute muscle as well. So you're pressing down, you're breathing out when your leg comes up, breathe in as your leg comes down, and alternate. And again, you're going to do 20 of those. So that's another option. Alright, so then from there what we can also do is we can also do some scissors. Now if you're going to do something like a scissor, which is an extended leg and you're going to lift and lower it, put your hands underneath your bottom to help you lift your bottom up so we can straighten our back out. We don't want to arch our back, we don't want to put too much pressure on our back. So when you take your legs out, you should actually be able to tuck your core under, your pubic bone slightly raising up to the ceiling, and then you're going to lift your legs up and you're going to scissor them. So a scissor, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're actually going to be doing a little pulse, and the one leg that comes up, that's 1, 2, 3, that way, okay? So again, make sure you squeeze those glutes, and you can just scissor through like this. Now this may be too hard for some of you. Have a go and see what works. If this feels like it's okay, you can also do it with your shoulders and your chin up in this position, and then that will intensify the movement as well. All right, and also it helps to keep that back and that core engaged. Right, let's go on to our fronts. So some other moves that you can do are plank moves. Now then, a plank is quite difficult for some, but it's a really, really good all over body workout, and it's very, very good to get your posture, and it actually helps with all your exercises that you do. But I'm just going to show you the first version. If you want to just touch into your back, pull your core up, and it makes sure that you flatten your back out. Your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, and this is called a bear plank. So a bear plank is where you tuck your toes under, and then you lift your knees off the floor and then lower them down slowly. Now try not to drop them try not to drop down and then only do the control on the way up, control down. It's a small movement. You're activating through your core, and again you're going to do 20 of those. If you feel that you want to change things up a little bit, we're going to just go forwards into a plank. Now you can do a plank on your knees like I'm just showing you here, making sure your elbows and your wrists are underneath your shoulders, or you can do it up like this. Now you can also drop one knee, do the other knee and down. So this is another option that you have, is a knee drop. Keeping your bottom down, you're looking down at the floor, reaching down with those arms, opening out the shoulders, keeping your bottom down. Alright, that's one option. So you can do that with onto your toes, so that's another one you can do for 20. And then another one, if you want to really stabilise through and use your core in another way, is open your legs a little bit wider in this position. Now you can do it with your knees down if you want to, or in this position, and you're going to do an arm reach. So you're going to stabilise through, reaching forward for 20. Now there's lots of little options there for you to try. I'm going to be doing a variety of those over the next 20 days, just different ones, and shaking it up. Let me know which ones you do, and I just really want you to enjoy this, and also you're going to benefit so much from really working through that core. I just hope you enjoy this challenge. So just think, in 20 days you'll have done 2,000 sit-ups or core exercises, and you'll be really on a good path forward for the rest of the year. So I hope you're going to join me, and we'll get started later today, and I will see you very soon. Take care.